In the last couple of weeks, both our Donna Liz and Winged Elaine got a couple adjustments that kind of make running the coin dungeon a little better. So if we take a look at Donna Liz, she recently got her relic, which is in PvE apply an effect on allies, which increases attack by 50% at the start of battle for 3 turns. Basically that means you get into the game and you get an attack buff. Great, 50% is pretty big. Come on down to Elaine, she got an outfit that gives us an extra costume enhanced material box whenever we clear the coin dungeon. So whenever you do your runs, there's 7 runs in at least the gold coin dungeon. So you get 7 boxes, which is pretty nice, especially because you're doing gold coin to get enhancement material for outfits in the first place, so she kind of just increases those stacks. So, Donna Liz passive says, increase basic stats of allies whose crit defense is 100% or higher by 20% at the start of the battle. So to get an extra buff on top of a relic, we're going to make some adjustments to our team's gears. So we're running a Ragnarok double weak point. It's kind of like what we do for PvE. So Tyr, obviously attack crit. We gave him an earring that has crit defense rolls, and his crit defense is over 100%. So he will benefit from the passive. We did the same thing to Donna Liz. I don't have UR gears for her. She doesn't really need them. So crit defense also rolled up over 100%. And Bryn, same thing. Crit defense on those rolls, and it exceeds 100%. So all of our units are going to get the 20% basic stat buff on top of the 50% attack buff. Now, we have the different response, I believe. Number 26, Ragnarok, if they have debuffs, and they have more damage. So it's going to obviously only apply to Tyr and Bryn, which is fine. Running attack food, obviously want to boost our damage, and we're going to set this on auto and see how well this team can perform. So let's jump into it. Alright, so we have the auto fired up. We can see the attack buff coming out onto everyone, so the Liz Relic is looking good. And it looks like we're going to go from right to left, right? We have no crazy merges, so we got the Bryn weak point coming down for a nice melee, leaving the middle guy up, which will probably just drop to her single target, which is good. 2 cards for the first phase, and then we can dump this useless Liz card. And it should be the same exact way for the second phase. Unless we get a merger, which is fine, I think. The Tyr weak point. Okay, the Tyr single target still comes out. That's fine. As long as they get to use their 2 cards, they're probably clearing. Yeah. So it's a 4-card run, right? No RNG, because it's weak point, their single target, weak point, their single target. Liz is in the middle so that you can space out the weak points. We don't really want those coming down on the same turn. And obviously Bryn's on the right because her weak point is significantly weaker, but you don't need any more damage than she does on any other phase, basically. So I think the meta also is going to be resetting for gold boxes because you do have an hour to do 7 runs, right? It's a lot more lenient than the Super Awakening dungeon, so you got time to do it. So, I mean, why not min-max your gains, right? So there's another gold box, so glad I don't have to reset, at least for the sake of the video. That'll make this a little more clean and crisp. But we'll go ahead and let the second run just kind of go through, just for, you know, a slightly larger sample size. And then we got a Tyr merge, so I mean, we know that's pretty much wiping. That's gonna... That probably one-shots, if I'm gonna be honest. This guy's kind of a big deal. That was one shot. 1.7 mil. Alright, so I mean, this is going to be a very clean auto run. This is the setup I think could be, you know, the way to go. We'll try to test this on other coin dungeons. But if you guys liked it, drop a thumb, maybe sub if you're into that, and I'll see you in the next one.